Once again, is Mshamba Marekani. Welcome to All Topics Considered podcast.
Why men are no longer approaching women. So one thing you're gonna realize is when it comes to a lot of women, if you're a guy and you're handsome and you approach a woman, she's gonna take it lightly. She's gonna think you're such a flirt. She's gonna think it's cute you're flirting. But dare you be an ugly dude, she's gonna call it harassment. You gotta love the double standard, especially with the liberal women. The liberal woman doesn't want to be followed by men who are not successful. So the men who are not approaching are out there trying to be successful so the women can follow them. Now because you have scared men into approaching you, especially with the era of Me Too, are you going to handle rejection? Are you willing to start chasing men? Because there's a lot of women out there, even if they are interested in a guy, they don't approach them. They get angry because the guy is not approaching them, even though the women like him. So why don't you approach the men you like? Why are you afraid of the rejection you hand out to the ugly dudes? And you are interested. That's interesting. What happens to going for what you want? Alright, you're gonna have to swallow your pride. Approach men, those whom you feel attracted to, because if you don't, when you grow really old, you're gonna have to buy a bunch of cats and be a cat lady. Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with being a cat lady. Cat ladies be so cute. Then there's all these other women. All the other women who don't like the cats, you're gonna have to get a few dogs, or maybe a rabbit, or maybe you have some cats on the way. You're thinking about adopting a cat. Maybe change your mind. Maybe the dogs are too much. They are more like the men who ran away from me or who have been dogging you. So now a cat is more appealing, since a cat really doesn't care. As long as you feed it, it won't even care when you're going to work or coming back. It doesn't remember. Don't you women love money? So if you don't want the ugly dudes to approach you, and statistics show that those are the type of men with a lot of money, so are you willing to settle for a good looking guy who has no money? Or is the money the issue, not the looks? Help me understand, because if two guys approach you, one good looking, one ugly dude, how are you able to tell which one has money? If you get approached by the handsome one and you happen to find out he doesn't have money, then are you gonna feel some type of way when you see another woman, snatch the ugly dude, and the next thing you see her, she's in a Bentley because the dude has money? Are you gonna feel some type of way? Is it a money issue? Are looks really subjective to you, or does money make that change? Maybe the looks is the issue. Maybe we can pull up some statistics about looks and see what the problem is, because when money enters the place, all looks go left. Ain't no way a woman is choosing a handsome looking dude when there's a dude who is ugly who has money. Or does it depend on what stage of life these women want to be approached? So when the women are young, you want to be approached by the Pookies, Ray Rays, the Chads. But when you are old, that's when you want, the Jeromes, the Pauls. Those guys who are not really popular in high school or college, when you get older, those are the ones you want them to approach you, because life is starting to toughen up and you need some bills to get paid and you got some babies to raise and you need Jerome's old money to come and save you. Independent, strong woman needs to be saved. So the men are choosing not to approach. They are just tired of these games. You just don't know what you want, and the men, They just don't want to find out what is cooking behind a beehive. They don't know if they are gonna get shot up by the bees or they just gonna enjoy the honey. But maybe the women will try to stick more with the guy who has money. So should the guy start approaching by a bank account? You just show her, hey, excuse me, miss, can you take a look at this real quick? Then she sees the balance in your bank account. Then probably you have a profile photo with your list of vehicles and your house and your job. You know, all the credentials for her to check to see if she's gonna say yes to you. Do men need to start doing that? Because most men are confused. So men are really scared of approaching women. They are really scared of approaching women. The social media has contributed to this. The society has screwed up women. A woman who is like a 5 on a normal, regular basis, because of social media, is now a 9. So she deserves to be approached by the highest value men. But here's the thing with a lot of women. The guys you want to approach you, they don't really approach you. And the guys you don't want to approach you are the ones who approach you. So if the guys who like you but you don't like them are the ones approaching you, and the ones you like don't really care approaching you, what are you gonna do? Wow. So the men are just strolling past women. Women are becoming invisible to a lot of men. So men are realizing how much money they would have, or they are going to have, and the freedom. So they be strolling past the women, and the women be so mad because those are the types of dudes they want, but the dudes don't give a care. Ain't nothing as heartbreaking as wanting something that doesn't want you back. You ever seen a puppy and you try and you're like, the puppy is really cute, and the puppy doesn't want anything to do with you. In fact, it starts running away from you. Heartbreaking. And you ever imagine you were a cat lady for the women, but when you go to adopt cat, the cats don't really want to go with you. They end up scratching you. Heartbreaking, ain't it? And it doesn't get any better, especially in the Western world. Men are tired of too many false accusations, too many problems. It's not even worth risking it. Risking your time and freedom. And I'm blaming this to the feminists. You know, the initial feminist movement was all about elevating women. It was watered down. It's nowadays about competing with men. Feminists, I guess y'all got what you always wanted. So men are choosing to walk their dogs on a Friday afternoon and go play golf on Saturday and swimming on Sunday, or barbecue, smoke a cigar. They don't want to go to dates, useless dates. They don't really want to do that. So it's not uncommon to go out there during the weekend and see a nightclub full of women. No, men, it's not uncommon to see a lot of single women out there with no men caring to give them no attention. Men are tired of the disrespect. Men can only take rejection up to a certain point, until it gets to be foolish or based on superficial way of viewing life. So men are just walking by. They don't care about approaching women anymore. It's the false accusations. They're tired of being taught lessons. Men are taking the red pill in big numbers. Some men are even saying they can't really approach women if they don't have a lawyer. It's getting that serious. It has gotten to that point where men need a lawyer to approach women. This is not normal. And this has been propagated by social media. And one of the things social media has done is it has gassed women. So if before social media, women's ego was being gassed with kerosene or diesel. It's now being gassed with premium gas. So women's ego has really ballooned, and men cannot handle this. I'm not trying to say the men have become weak, because I don't think so. Women, if you're listening to me, you need to start approaching men. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get used to being ignored. And men are not being selfish. They are not in any way being selfish. They're just trying to preserve their sanity.